So in the last video, Nicole finally got to meet the love of her life in Morocco.
Honey, stop. Stop being lazy and go to do some workout, honey. Physically, I'm attracted to Nicole, but just like, for example, 55%.
I hate
Honey.
everything.
And since it went so well, she decides to go back again and this time bring her 2-year-old daughter so she can meet Azan. Nicole also wants to see if Azan will be a good father, which is weird because she already has her daughter calling him dad. Like when they're on FaceTime and shit, she points at the phone and she's like, look, that's your dad. I can't imagine how that would be confusing for a 2-year-old. That's your dad right there. It's some guy across the world who said he's 55% attracted to me.
So I know things were rough. You're trying to shield me from some of it. Tell me what really happened.
We fought and stuff.
Well, they definitely did fight a few times, but I think it's more of the "and stuff" that was the problem. The whole dramatic sand dune sequence, you don't think that's worth mentioning? I don't know how I missed the opportunity to make some sort of reference to Dune. I don't know what I was thinking.
He thinks that I should lose some weight, and there would be better attraction between us.
But you're ready to just jump into a full-out marriage with someone who really isn't attracted to you.
So at this point, she clearly even knows that this isn't a good idea. Well, it was a bit of a disaster when I went there by myself, but perhaps if I brought my toddler along, everything would go smoothly.
What you see right now could be the way you're going to spend the rest of your life, and you're okay with that.
No, I'm not okay with that.
What if he doesn't change?
At this moment in time, we want to fix things. In the last few days, we said we change.
Oh, okay. So in the last few days, he said he was going to change. Then I definitely trust that. If I recall correctly, he actually said he was happy and relieved once she got on the plane and left.
This is definitely different what I'm used to. If I even see fresh products, it's usually in a supermarket in a refrigerated section.
In a what?
That's what I'm used to for fresh ingredients.
Believe it or not, there are things that don't come out of a can in the United States. It's not like we don't have fresh fruit anywhere. We just like to jam things into cans for no reason. So Nicole's daughter is actually very well behaved when they're in Morocco, but Nicole still wanted to put one of those leash backpack things on her so that she doesn't lose track of her. I'm not going to make any judgments about that because I don't have a kid, so I have no idea if I would put a leash on my child or not, but this is something that Azan is very embarrassed by. I don't see this very often at all here in the US, and I can pretty much guarantee they never see it in Morocco. And if I do see it anywhere, I'm usually like, look, there's a kid on a leash.
Do you smell chicken?
Hassan, wait! You can't just drag her around.
Why are you yelling?
I need you to, like, pay attention.
What?
Why do you just stare at me like that?
Don't tell me what to do, because I know already.
Hassan!
Azan! To answer her question as to why he just stands there and stares at her instead of trying to do anything, his heart is clearly not in it. It's like he's just waiting around for something to happen, and perhaps we will find out what that is.
Because I know.
Why are you saying don't tell you what to do? We're at the market today, and Azan is trying to tell me how to be a parent to my daughter. And I'm a little worried that we're already having an argument on the first day.
Hey, the day one argument is a 90-day tradition that you helped start. At this point, the day one argument is a staple of the 90-day universe. It is expected. I don't think it's the same without it.
Please just stop, because that's iterating, or I don't know how to say it. Never yell. Never yell at me.
I am May's mother. I may be your fiancé, but you need to understand.
Okay.
I don't know, to me, it didn't really seem like yelling. She just sort of raised her voice. I think he's probably overreacting a little bit. He says that he knows what he's doing, but to be honest, I don't really think either of them are well equipped enough to take care of a child. I think Nicole only works part-time, and Azan doesn't even have a job, mainly because he probably has a lot of money coming in from all the women he talks to around the world.
Last time I was here, he would tell me to, like, shut up or say something mean and rude. That was one of the things he had to, work on.
Oh, come on, he's working on it. You gotta give the guy a break. I think I have a good plan. Why don't you give him some money, go home for another 8 months, and maybe by then he'll have it figured out. That always seems to work.
I thought it was a good idea if we go to dinner at the hotel. That way we can talk about parenting.
Oh, great.
I'm a little worried because if Azan keeps fighting me on these things, then maybe I don't know if he's ready to be a parent.
You could tell that she really didn't even want to finish that sentence. There's no way that she's going to allow herself to believe that. Also, this is why you should have waited to see how he is as a parent before you had your daughter start to call him dad. If Azan is only in this for the money, then I do have to admire his commitment to the role. But it's also insanely messed up at the same time to allow a young child on the other side of the world to think of you as their father when you have no intention of ever being that. They both seem to be pretty awful. It's just a disaster all around.
I know we were struggling a little bit on our parenting.
Yeah, that's really, it's hard to be to be like a parent, you know.
Being a parent is tough work, but you know what's even harder? Pretending to be a parent. It takes expert precision and skill to extract money out of this situation without going through with the marriage or being a father.
I'm afraid if I go to America that she will not cook for me and just like bring like fast food and stuff. I really worry about this because I always care about my health.
So basically what you're saying is you don't want the true, authentic American experience. At no point this entire time has it seemed like Azan had any real intention of moving to the United States. Also, he's someone who cares a lot about his health, and she's never seen a fresh apple before.
I cannot make fresh home-cooked meals every day.
But
Frozen is okay.
Frozen is not okay.
Look, please.
Fresh frozen? Yes, chef. There's no such thing.
Hey Azan, why don't you make some home-cooked meals if you don't have a job? I know it's probably not part of their culture, but what is she supposed to do? Take care of the kid, work, and cook? The answer is yes, all three.
I think the last time you promised me that you're gonna change and you said that you'll go to gym and eat healthy.
Oh, shit.
Azan had mentioned that I should make some lifestyle changes.
I would just like to point out that there are things they both said they were going to do to change, and neither of them have done that. I don't know if that makes it a good thing or a bad thing. All I know is she's probably going to lose more money.
Azan had mentioned that I should make some lifestyle changes.
If we really want to be like together, of course we should change, you know.
I tried to eat healthy for a little bit, and it was going well, but I got stressed out, so I kind of stopped, so.
All right, I've already said this, but I just need to say it again. Obviously, the 55% attracted to comment was just out of line. Like, why would you ever say that? He should have said, like, 65, 70% just to be a little bit more polite. Also, it's funny that she just kind of shrugs off the fact that she didn't follow through with the promise she made to him. It's clearly something that's very important to him. Oh, you know what would have been funny is if she told him she went through with the promise 55% of the way. She did 55% of the workouts.
We're just lazy.
Alright, so skipping ahead a little bit, Nicole returns to the US, and Azan once again is very happy and relieved to see her leave. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he said that both times. So at this point, Nicole is waiting for Azan to apply for a K-1 visa to see if he will be allowed into the US. So when the time finally comes for the interview, he just ghosts her the entire day. But then the next day, he's like, oh yeah, I'm not allowed in. I can't come, sorry. Nicole is like, well, did something go wrong in the interview? How did the interview go? And he's like, oh, everything went fine. I'm just, I can't come in. I'm sorry, they don't want me in. So then Nicole says, all right, well, that's kind of weird that the interview went well, and then you got denied for no reason at all. Yeah, dude, it's really weird. I don't get it, man. Well, I guess we can't get married now. See ya. And then she gets an email later on that also says he got denied and gives no reason at all. Obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to this. I don't know how the process works, but she brings it to a lawyer, and even the lawyer's like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I've never seen this before. The whole thing was very suspicious, to say the least, and I think Azan may have purposely sabotaged the interview so he didn't have to move here. And you know what? I don't blame him. I don't blame him in the slightest. Not everything is meant to be put in a goddamn can. So then the lawyer tells Nicole, hey, you can actually go to Morocco and get married there and then apply for some spousal visa type shit or something, and then you can come back to the United States and live here. So of course Nicole's like, oh my god, this is exactly what we need to do. This is the perfect way out of this pickle that we found ourselves in. So she calls up Azan and she's like, hey Azan, we are saved. I found the perfect solution. I'm gonna come there, we're gonna get married, we're gonna have a great, beautiful, giant wedding, we're gonna invite all our family, it's gonna be amazing. And Azan is like, shit. So if you've managed to make it through all that, this is where it actually gets good.
Did we ever find out exactly why his K-1 visa was refused?
I don't know what it was. Could be anything,
Or it
but
could be something serious.
as far as I know, his records are clean.
Well, you said it yourself, as far as you know. According to the lawyer, even if that was the case, it sounds like they would still give that as the reason for him being denied.
So as far as you know, but you don't really know that much about him, right?
We've decided that me and Azan are gonna get married, apply for the spousal visa, and we're gonna stay there for a year.
I like the choice of music when she says that they're gonna get married. It's not happy, but it's not sad. It's also not positive, but it's not negative. It's like a spy thriller or something.
You're gonna leave May, right? You're gonna let us take care of
Mom,
May while you're
ask
gone?
yourself, if it was you, would you leave your kids?
I wouldn't go to Morocco.
What the hell kind of question is that? What did she expect her to say? Come on, Mom, get real. You wouldn't leave your kids in this situation? You've probably never had a Moroccan guy tell you he's 55% attracted to you. You know what, Mom? You weren't there to see the magic and love between us as I lie cradled in his arms after passing out from walking up half a sand dune. And I did that shit before Timothy Chalamet. I did it before it was popular. So I'm off to Morocco. But please, take good care of my kid for a year.
You have everything you need here. You have family support, you have a job, you have a car, you have money to be able to support yourself.
You know what I don't have, Mom? Why don't you take a guess at what I don't have? What don't I have here? What do I not have here?
Azan!
I know,
Alright, sorry, but I need to provide a little bit of context once again because there aren't clips for all these things and some of them just aren't worth even watching. So I think it was around this time, before Nicole went to Morocco again, that some voicemails Azan had left to other women surfaced online. In those voicemails, he was saying like very complimentary things and he sounded very passionate and emotional. It sounded very different from the way he talks to Nicole. Whenever he calls or FaceTimes her, he's always just like, "Oh, hi Nicole, how are you? I hope you're doing well." So after Nicole heard these voicemails, she talked to Azan about it and he said that they were a prank that his friends talked him into doing when he was drinking one night. And that doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, dude, you should totally prank her by calling her and leaving a voicemail where you tell her she's beautiful and you love the sound of her voice. But you know, Nicole is Nicole, so she believes him, and Azan is even probably like, alright, well, how the hell did I get away with that? And then there's this whole thing with the store. We need to talk about the store. By the way, if you already know all this, you can just skip forward. So a few weeks before the marriage in Morocco, they decide to call off the wedding, which I think just means Azan decided to call off the wedding. So instead of getting married, they decided that they're gonna open up a store or something. I don't really know, and Nicole doesn't know either. So Nicole's mother had already booked the flight to come over for the wedding, and even though they canceled the wedding, she still wants to fly over anyway. So she gets there and she's like, "Alright, what's the deal with this store you guys are opening? Where's the store? Can I see the store?" And Azan is like, "Oh, the store isn't ready. You can't see it yet. But don't worry, I only took $6,000 from your daughter."
We've decided to try and open a beauty shop.
Oh my gosh. Basically, you're just gonna kind of give up on your dream of having this big, beautiful wedding. I would really, really love to see the store.
I know that, but we want you to see it like when it's ready.
There is a shop. It is happening.
There is no store. There is no spoon. It's not happening.
Nicole put on this business around $6,000 and I put like 500.
Oh, well, see, now that's good. He sacrificed some money. He put $500 of his own money into his own pocket. That's sacrifice. And I'm assuming he's just holding on to the $6,000 that Nicole gave him.
We were talking about opening a store. We never winded up going through with it.
So there is no store.
There is no store.
All right, there's no store. We got that out of the way. So, where's the money, Nicole?
I haven't told my family because my family does nothing but grill me.
I wonder why.
Why did y'all decide to push it off?
We decided to just like start a shop or something to get like a income.
She sounds so unsure about the whole thing. I think they can see right through it. You might as well just say the store doesn't exist. So yeah, instead of getting married, we decided to open up some kind of shop or something so we could have some sort of income, or I don't know. I've only lost $6,000 so far, and now I'm here back in America, and I haven't seen a penny. As in said, I was supposed to get a 45% cut.
Get like a income and then kind of get married.
And then kind of get married? We're gonna kind of get married. We're gonna do a partial marriage. We're gonna do a 55% marriage.
I try to be understanding, but I do know that there has been some instances where he's talked to other women and stuff, and I just wish that like she wouldn't have to send him money. It doesn't really make me comfortable.
So she's sending him money on top of the $6,000 that he basically stole from her. I think she's too embarrassed though to even admit or ask questions about what happened to that $6,000. All right, so now they plan a trip to Grenada to go just hang out, I guess, because I don't even know if they're talking about marriage anymore. They're just trying to meet up again.
So you're gonna go off over to Grenada with Azan.
Why are you wasting money going to Grenada?
Well, I mean, we want to go to another country that isn't Morocco and just see, you know, how things are there.
What? You want to go over there to see how things are? Haven't you done enough of seeing how things are? How many times do you have to see how things are? Things are bad. Maybe if things don't go well in Grenada, you can go somewhere else and see how things are there. If you're just not compatible with the person, then I don't really think it matters what country you're in.
What's the plan after Grenada? Going to go directly to Morocco from there?
No, I won't go straight to Morocco. I'll come back here. Probably for like a month, maybe a little bit longer. And then I'm probably going to travel back to Morocco.
Oh, great. So then by the time you're done with all that, you can get married when you're 43.
And you think you're going to get married over there? You still think you're going to do that?
Yeah, probably.
Probably?
Probably a small thing.
Yeah, probably. Kind of. Maybe. Partially. We'll see.
55%.
So if you don't already know, what do you think happens? Well, obviously, Azan cancels the Grenada trip. And then shortly after that, the show stopped following them, but apparently they were talking as late as 2020. So no, they never got married, and Azan never became anything close to a father to Nicole's daughter. So yeah, that is pretty much the entire story. I skipped over a few details, but that's most of the important stuff. A lot of people have requested I do a video on Michael and Angela, and that might be a possibility, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, it might be too hard to listen to her for an extended period of time. I don't know. I'll see how it goes. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you made it this far in the video, obviously if you're hearing this, you did. It wouldn't make any goddamn sense. See you next time.
Stop being lazy and go to do some workout, honey.